Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Artery gear video. So you might notice that the audio quality for this video is much higher, and that's because I've got a new mic. So I take your feedback seriously. Hopefully the mic is going to be maintaining this level of quality and also volume going forward. So this will be the standard. So if you need to adjust your volume, do it now. I promise I won't be quieter or louder to blow your ears out. So this is the Centaur guide for you guys without Alice and without Ginga. So I've seen your comments, saying that we don't want Alice, and I presented the Harpist 9 no Alice guide, and now here I am with with Centaur 9, no Alice and no Ginga. However, I do have to do this on my JP server due to the fact that I don't have the resources on global right now to raise those units. But what I'll do is I will have those two units at level 40, and their stats are going to be extremely low, but they're still able to clear Centaur 9. So you can still easily clear Centaur 7 and Centaur 8 with a relatively high success rate. So let's, without further ado, look at the magical team. So the two units are actually 3 stars. So this is what I love about Artery gear. A lot of the units that are super meta are 3 stars, and they can really last you a long time. So Greer and Kana are the 2 stars, and of course I'm going to show you more than just one team. So I'll explain the thought process behind the team system, but Morris you get for free, Chihaya you get from the event currency, and 3-star Greer, 3-star Kana, you really can't say you don't have those units. Okay, so let's switch back to the codex on global so you get to see what they do. So let's take a look at Greer first. So Greer will be your main damage output. Her first skill applies a corrosive, so poison, like Roko, but obviously the probability is only 50% when maxed, and you don't really care about the poison from Greer. It's her second passive that makes her really strong. When she lands a hit, she deals additional damage based on target's max HP. So the stronger the boss, the more damage Greer will do, and it scales very nicely with crit damage. And her third skill is a single target attack that applies defense down. So if your Chihaya misses the defense buff, Greer is there for backup. And because they're 3 stars, you should max their skill level out, because with the Shura event, there's no reason you shouldn't be swimming in the 3-star chips. And next, of course, we have Kana, and she actually has a very beautiful skin that is not available on global server yet. But her first skill applies a 50% accuracy drop decrease. At max level, I think, it's a 50% probability to inflict it. This makes Centaur essentially miss half of the time and 100% of the time against water units, so like your Chihaya and like Kana. Her second skill, she gains 35% dodge, 50 when maxed, which means that Centaur will always miss on Kana, and when she dodges, she'll actually enter stealth, which further reduces her damage by 50% from AoE attacks. So basically, even at super low level, she is able to deal with Centaur's attacks. And her last skill deals single target damage and increases the cooldown of the enemy skill by 2 turns. This is quite important because the AoE attack from Centaur is very strong, and actually you can circumvent that by applying CD increase, which Kana does here. So she really boosts your team's survivability. And let's head over to JP. So what I'll do is I'll go into Centaur 9 because my gear is a bit better, but those 2 units are 4-star awaken. Okay, so you can see their stat line is quite low. Look at Greer, AK HP 800, not even 800 defense, right? So it's very low stats. And then we can look at Kana as well. Low HP, even lower HP, low defense, fast speed, but I kept them purposely at level 40 so that you can see that this is doable, because if I use them as 6-star with my gear, it's going to be quite insane. So this is 4-star awaken, and I'm challenging Centaur 9, which means it's going to be so much easier if you're doing Centaur 7 or 8. Okay, so I'll just go into the battle and show you what happens. All right, so we're in, and of course, Morris will go first. So one thing about Morris is for this team comp, you want more survivability, and you want to have Morris cast S3 first as her AI priority, and then S2 on herself as her second priority. So she always goes S3 AoE heal, S2 on herself to push, and then S3 again, because this team is all about survival. Okay, so let's hope Chihaya lands the defense break. Good, and let's extend that debuff. Perfect. Okay. And here we go. You'll see those are the numbers for the cooldown, and it will get extended. Yep. And let's go Greer with S3 to apply. So she does really good damage just because Greer has HP scaling attack. And it might look insane to you because honestly, things look so easy. But, you know, when you first start out, if you get them to level 40, you're not going to have my gear, but you also won't be challenging Centaur 9. So your Centaur 7 is going to be very easy. Your Centaur 8 might be a bit rough, but if you want, you can increase the level of Greer and Kana to level 50, and then your clears are going to be so much better, and you can do Centaur 9 actually if they're level 50. So this is the super easy free-to-play 2 free units that are given to you, and then 2 3-star units that most of you should have. So pretty much that's it. I mean, the team is at full HP. Centaur has missed debuff all the time with defense down. Make sure you hit that 43% accuracy debuff cap, and just watch Centaur melt. And of course, again, they're level 40, 4-star awaken, base 3 stars. Can't really complain this time. No Ginga, no Alice, right? I'll show you another team composition. So this is for players that want to start building their raid. So for raid, those 2 units are max level, obviously, for me on my JP account. So it's not going to be that good of a showcase. But what I want to do is show you the basic team composition. So this is a very defensive, free 3-star composition, and this is more of an offensive team. So for offensive teams, what you want to do is for your Morris, you definitely want to cast S1 on the 3rd, which is your main DPS dealer. 3rd slot, main DPS dealer, and this is Korax, who is amazing at raid. And what's interesting to know here that this can be your Ginga, can be your Surreal, can be a lot of things. So we can put your main DPS dealer that you choose to have here. And I'm just going to equip her with some gear. Let's do some random gear. And then we'll put, of course, Verbana. So Verbana can also be in the same slot as Korax, but in this case, I am using Verbana mainly as a support. So do I have a extra support? Oh, I can put the free DPS gear on her. So this run is going to be aimed at people who want to also build a few of their units that are going to do well in raids, so Korax and Verbana. But I don't have a level 40 version of them, so it's going to look a lot easier compared to the 3-star version that I did. But again, Morris, Chihaya will be your main 2 unit because they provide survivability or pushing cooldown from Morris, and then Chihaya provides that defense break, which is fantastic. So Korax, her skill essentially allows her to hide under stealth, and also provides her speed boost, and her S1 will be pushing the enemy a lot. So you can see that Centaur keeps getting pushed back here, which makes things a lot easier. But yeah, All in all, if you build your team around kind of the Morris, Chihaya, and then slot a DPS, a support, or something like that, things will be much easier. You know, you don't need Ginga, you don't need Alice, but again, the gear requirement is slightly higher. But there's always a way to play the game. You know, if you don't get a certain unit, it's not the end of the world. You can work things out, or just ask me, and I can come up with a team composition for you to use to clear the boss or the game mode. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let me know your thoughts about the new mic. I think it's a lot better. But again, let me know if it's crystal clear for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.